Hi, everyone. Welcome. My name is Raina Oliker. I'm the manager of the Colorado Green Business Network, and I'm here today to show you a little bit about GreenBiz Tracker, which is the software that we use to manage the applications for the Colorado Green Business Network. So if you're applying for technical assistance, if you want support, if you want to sign up for our newsletter, and if you want recognition, you'll be using this software that I'm about to show you to navigate all of those options and to let us know what you want us to reach out to you about. So let's get started. So as you can see in terms of the structure of the surveys, there are a couple ways you can navigate these surveys. There is a next save button, which allows you to save the answers from your current question, move on to the next question. There also is a more general navigation bar up at the top that allows you to move through questions in kind of a more hop and skip way. And also there are these three little dots at the top, which allow you to move through questions much more quickly. So you can always come back to an application later, jump around, answer questions as you feel called to. In terms of the structure of each question, you'll notice up at the top, there are codes that are tied to each question, PL1, PL2, so on and so forth. Those codes are used to represent each question in our technical manual, so that if you are interested in learning more about a specific question, either what we're asking for or how we're grading the question in terms of point assignments, you can actually look up that question code in our technical manual and you'll find all of that information is available for you. Each question has a different format, and those formats vary from multiple choice selection to kind of more open answer to paragraph questions, depending on what we're asking for. So as you move through the question, you'll see the instructions here. You can always see how many points are available per question. And if there is any clarification on the criteria, we'll include that in there as well. Scrolling through to a few other types of questions, we also have metrics and data entry questions. So these are questions where we're asking you to choose a baseline year and then to enter baseline and current year data so that we can see reductions over time. You can pick whatever baseline year makes the most sense for you, and we'll have other videos where we go more into depth on how to choose a baseline year, what it all means, and how to make the most of your metrics in an application. But for now, just so you have a sense for what this looks like, it has some data entry fields. It has an opportunity to select a use intensity variable, and then it will actually auto-calculate those numbers for you based on what you submit. So anywhere we're asking you for data, you can kind of get a feeling for what we're doing based on the questions we're asking. There's also always an opportunity to upload a file if you do want to clarify more, or if, for instance, you're applying for multiple site certification and you have lots of facilities, you can upload a file to give us more information about each facility and its metrics. We also have some questions that are open choice questions. So this, as an example, is one of our community impact questions, C1, and it asks about community outreach events, behavior change campaigns that you've done at your organization that relate to sustainability in the past calendar year. So if you say, yes, we've had these events, it'll give you an opportunity to write out more about that event. If you say no, you can just move on to the next question. And in these cases, it's always helpful to read the examples that we include in the question and to see what we're looking for and what qualifies in each question so that you know how to answer. Once you get to the end of a survey, you'll see a thank you page, and you can just click this submit button right here to submit that survey and to move on to the next one. Once you submit a survey, you can still edit it later. All of these applications save data in real time, and you can always come back to them at a later date to continue editing. You have open access to continue editing these surveys until June 30th. Come July 1st, we pull all of the completed applications off of the website, and that's the static application that we use to score and process your application for the year. So up until that point, you have the ability to come back and edit. You don't need to worry about hitting that submit button. It'll still give you access to edit the application, even if you've hit that button.